Because I'm paying attention.
Yeah. Well, that's so true because like most people, yeah, what under the pot? We're just gonna
We
keep
made
going.
it. Yeah.
So we were just talking about people and how like aware they are of situations, because I am struggling with some cognitive challenges right now due to a treatment plan for an autoimmune disease. And it's funny, people's perception of you don't look sick, you look healthy. Oh, I would never have known that you were sick. And it's all based on appearance. But then not only the appearance, but I'm struggling cognitively, and I'm used to an ongoing congressional session happening 24/7 inside my head. And now I'm like, anyone? Anyone? Just me today, huh? Okay. And my decisions are slowing down, but no one else is noticing it because it's my experience, right? Of how much is actually going on inside me. And I'm just going to level set this, and then I really want to hear, because Raquel, you are bringing up some really good points. It really dawned on me over the last week as my cognitive has declined, and I'm doing all these supplements, and I'm starting to see some balancing, right? I can now at least say like, I might not be on top of it. But then my physical capacity and ability, and then the perception that I look fine. And it's very interesting. I also lack a lot of patience because it will overstimulate me very quickly. So I had a kid call me at 5:30 in the morning, not an emergency, and like proceeded to like vomit about their day and their experience and all. And I was like, what? And I was listening for like 15 minutes, and I'm like dealing with my own stuff going on. Like, am I okay? Am I okay right now? Do I need to, because it's all a new treatment. So I'm like, am I having some side effects? Oh, my dogs need to go to the bathroom. It's dark outside. Let me get a flashlight. So I've got like safety of the dogs, which long story short, but a lot of cleanup was involved after they came in. And then am I okay? And I'm still like, I'm sorry, what? Okay. Okay. And then I went to go speak up because I finally was getting some brain thoughts together. And they didn't like that I was saying anything. And so they got mad and were telling me I couldn't say something. So I just hung up because I was like, I can't. Totally not me. But I'm like, I can't process that when I got this going on, but I look fine. And so I think that's one of the things that Raquel was saying is she has a very good skill that's noticed by many, that she very much notices the details of someone's appearance, their tone of voice, like these behaviors and stuff, and being able to actually say something about it instead of just ignoring it and going on.
Yeah, because I think it's important to feel noticed, or to know that something is going on, or to have a conversation. I think it's hard to me. Sometimes, culturally speaking, in my country, we are very open, and we ask, and we genuinely want to help. And here you have to respect people's privacy, and not force them to talk about something they don't want to talk or expose themselves. But so it's a little bit hard. Am I being intrusive? And so when a colleague comes to me personally and say, I'm going through this in my life, I have this condition, I just would like you to know. So I feel very honored by that. But going back to ourselves and to yourself, cognitively, I've been struggling because it's hormones, menopause. So it's been very hard, and I don't have my capability of thinking words because I speak a second language, and I'm becoming very slow. and I forget things. I stand up and I don't remember what I stand up for. And my concern is we always try to look wonderful. I don't want to look not good in front of my students, but when do I look myself and I admit in front of everybody I'm not doing well? So there is that other side too that I've been thinking I'm not well, so I cannot keep going on. So there is that other side too.
Right? I think it's that's an interesting side of it. I concur with you on that, because like there's days like where someone will go, oh, I could tell. Someone actually said this to me. I could tell in your last video you were wearing a lot of makeup, so I knew you were not very well that day. And I thought, how funny that I would put the makeup on as a who it was. And I remember thinking, I was just in the ER all night. Like I looked terrible, but I was feeling like I want to make these videos. So I put makeup on so that it would like mask it. And what exactly it did was get a phone call from my mom. Well, are you good? What's going on? You're wearing a lot of makeup.
It calls attention to it, right? Like the departure is the signal. Oh,
Yeah, it's so funny. But then if you don't physically feel like doing the whole thing to show up, then should you be showing up at all? If you don't have the energy for that, are you honoring yourself more by going, I just don't have that energy? Right? Because I genuinely am asking, because like I don't care what I look like when I show up, obviously. You get what you get. So it doesn't, but it's that, are you showing up this way by choice? Or like what is the feelings behind it? Like unpacking the depth of that. And should you still be showing up because of that? I guess is what I'm getting at. And I have no idea if I'm making sense right now, but I feel like I'm in good company with this. Let's go.
For real. You know, I think one of the biggest challenges we all have is giving ourselves permission to just be. I mean, and not feel that we have to put on a costume or a mask in order to rise to an occasion, but to give ourselves permission to feel that we have permission to show up as we are with whatever baggage is there and perform our best to the best of our ability in that given moment in time, and let that be enough, because at all times we are already enough. But we often demerit ourselves because I'm sick, I can't, because this happened, I can't, because of this, or that. And that I can't turns into I think I'm not enough. And then you have the world stage of social politics where you have other people telling you, oh, well, you're not enough. Like in my world, the corporate stuff or the schoolgirl, antics or whatever. Well, if only you had put on makeup, then you would have been more presentable. Or if only you dressed like this, then maybe you could have made that sale. Or if only you listened more, that would show that you're a better friend or a better parent. Or, you should apologize because you didn't fit this narrative that we all wanted you to fit for us. And to shift from trying to accommodate, or dare I say, people please, or situation please, or feel that we have to be impersonating a version of ourselves instead of just being ourselves, is the biggest challenge. And I think that is the challenge when it comes to this conversation we're having.
Do you think it's like a fine line about boundaries? Because like there's these situations, and we've all been there and said this, right? Like one, you are in a physical society that revolves around a currency of income, right, of money. So you play the game or you don't, right? And that gives you a different outcome. So it's awareness and knowledge of the reality that you are in. But then also, so we have this thing where it's like you hear people be like, I won't conform. I'm not doing this. I'm a spiritual person, so I refuse to live that way. And then they get stuck in these things of like, I can't make money because I'm a spiritual person. And then at the same time, what about like when we're always like talking about giving yourself kindness and grace and focusing on yourself? When does that flip to arrogance and greed? And not like everything, I think, is a constant yin and yang and a fine balance of the energy flow. And the key is really finding that space of awareness and your truth, your trueness, your truth of what that looks like for you. Because when you see these experiences, like all of us are very, very transparent. It's one of the things I loved when I was putting this group together. I was like, oh, yeah, that was a slap back. Like, that's, I'm like, I'm going to learn more about you. Come on, come do this show with me. Because you all were outspoken in such a courageous and powerful way that was positive. And so when I sit and think about this, I know we're all in these environments where we hear and see this all the time. And I really feel that it's just this balance of awareness and truth and empowerment, because you have the power to give and love as much as you want. It's your perception and your paradigm of how you experience that giving that changes it. Like I was explaining this morning with that phone call. It's not the first time that phone call's happened. And I've been like, oh, wow, and really into it. But the truth is that's my morning time when I'm doing my spiritual practices. And today, I just didn't have the patience for it. So I hung up, and that was okay.
Yeah.
I feel great about it.
Sounds real and true, which is part of like maybe when you're deciding or you're having a question as to like, when do I show up? Is like, what is my message? Like, what is my motivation? Does this podcast, like, is this important enough for me to like just get on immediately, even with a hair towel? Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, okay, looks like that's happening. So like, what am I taking so seriously, and can it not be me?
Yeah.
That's so nice, so cute. Because I saw, well, that's a hair towel. No, that's something new that she put. That's so beautiful. I love that. I think I don't know. I think boundaries, limits. I think for me, I'm getting to the point of the realization that I am mortal, like everybody else that I thought I wasn't. And you have body limits. I'm not a superhero and a superwoman, and I've been questioning: am I doing too much? What is too much? But I need to do too much, but my body can't do that much. And so it's I don't know. I am in conflict with myself right now.
Are you in
Big
conflict or
change.
transition?
Transition, yeah. So maybe midlife crisis and having to accept or have to surrender and then you come to things like yesterday. I told my husband, like, I think I'm gonna cancel the class. I have this anxiety. I'm having a panic attack and my blood pressure is high, and I think I'm gonna cancel the class. And he said, no, don't cancel, because you're gonna get entertained and you're gonna laugh. It's gonna distract you. And I was here thinking, like, how do I cancel? I never called in sick. Do I have to fill out a form? I should have filled out the form in the morning. But now, no, but I'm sick now. And I was what all these ideas when I was teaching, like I never, so it was so crazy.
That's so funny.
So much energy. Mhm.
There's
New
something too
constraints
about.
are like, go ahead.
Go ahead, Wendy. No, please share.
I'm like, I'm New constraints is what I'm hearing, and that often creates new paths, but also new creativity. That's what I was gonna say.
That is actually
Yeah.
what's going on, is there's a transition going on astrologically. And we always have transitions going on astrologically. It's just some of them affect us different than others. And with this last moon cycle, it triggered, and it's for a lot of people. So people are experiencing, there's actually a lot of back pain. So like people are experiencing all kinds of different back issues, from kidneys to muscle pulls. Like, it's a thing. um, and I would encourage those people to understand what chakras and meridians are aligned with that energy and clear it. But at the same time, like, it is a time where we are also seeing some transition into next stages. And so a lot of times, astrologically, everything changes every day, every week, every month, right? Every one of the planets transitions on a different timeline. This one is like beckoning on us to have like a longer term transition. And so a lot of people are coming into new, like, decade long patterns and new identities and things like that, like what we're kind of talking about. And you're seeing it unfold with us live every week as we talk about these things. And you can see the patterns that we're discussing are actually in alignment with very adjoining pieces. So I think that you're right, Wendy, just to put that spin on it. You're muted.
Can
Wild.
I feel like I want to throw the 3-letter word in there. With everything that we're talking about, I feel like ego,
Ah.
the resistance comes from where we are in our relationship with ego.
I'm so glad you said that.
True,
Tell
right?
me why.
No, it's
Whenever
here.
there's
Hello, elephant.
because the ego causes us to want to cling to an identity, or cling to a perception, cling to a narrative. And so we fight to make that narrative true. And then all heck breaks loose, right? Like, it doesn't feel good. It's like, no, you're pushing against my boundaries, or you're not accepting me as who I am, or da 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 da. Because the ego is the I, me. And when we allow that worldly sense of ego to dissolve, like, that doesn't remove who you are. It doesn't take away your power, diminish your power in any way. It doesn't remove your identity. It just clears a path for beingness without resistance. If we learn to master that, I mean, am I sounding too erudite at the moment? Maybe. Because it's easy to say, so difficult to do. But that is the challenge, to not be stuck in a role of, I'm, a sister, a daughter, a mother, accountant, whatever that identity is, causing us to think, I have to show up as this all the time. I need to accomplish this all the time. This is what success looks like all the time. Like, life is fluid. Life is full of transitions. We're affected by the planets, like you're saying, Jessica. We encounter situations like both Jessica and Raquel were just talking about, where we might normally relate to people in a certain way, but then maybe we're not okay with that in this moment. And then in the next moment, we'll be okay with that same dynamic again. It's all fluid. Wendy, you're talking about that creative aspect of co-creating experiences in life in these moments. All of that is relevant, and it's more pure, and it's more beautiful, and it has more ease if we allow ourselves to be outside of ego.
I totally think that that's exactly the humanity transformation we're going through right now. Is we are going through the transformation of divorcing the ego. And that's what's going to take us into the next era, right? But in order to do that, We have to unpack these experiences and patterns. And like people, oh, raise the vibration. Well, let's be real. The whole point of raising the vibration is to reset patterns. And once we can reset these patterns, we change our spiritual, physical, and genetic DNA so that we can accept this more egoless future. And I'm not saying what that egoless future looks like, because there's always going to be some form of it. It doesn't matter what belief system you have or ideations that you have in the structure, in the teachings, and all of this. There is always ego. There's always an individual awareness at all levels, which that's another conversation for another day to unpack. But I'm not saying it's wrong to have the ego. What I'm saying is, as we evolve, we can't go to this next vibrational energy where everybody's telepathic, everyone's levitating. We are building things without our hands. It's not possible in the current state. So we have to go through this. And I think the conversations we're having here are helping people understand that, cognize it, and go, I feel that way. And, being able to get people in this direction. And then
Wild times we picked. Wild.
I think it's great. I'm here for it. And I know you guys are too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Full of everything. Life is really full of everything, and it all gets to count. Is what helps me. Like, oh, this counts. Like so many years, I would diminish or like not even allow for my efforts to count. It was like I was a house of a casino and I was dealing the house a really shitty hand every time. I'm like, I can't win this. I can't win this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I love that analogy, actually.
The house is never going to do that.
Right.
Except for I was doing that to my own house. It was crap.
Mm.
And then I came to a belief that, I'm the house. I'm making the game. I'm actually making the game.
Right?
Why don't I make
That's
one
right.
that I want to play and win?
Feel it, check it out, see how it feels. Maybe it's fun.
Yeah. Some days it's a no. Yeah.
I think that that's associated with, because that's a pretty powerful thing and a great analogy you use to explain it. And it makes me think of people who you can manifest. And some people are like, and I'll even say this myself, like all of us, right? Actually can manifest. But how you, like you're saying, like how you are dealing with that and literally dealing changes how the manifestation shows up. And it sounds like there was a point where you had that like aha moment or cognition of like, oh, yeah, I'm dealing myself a shit hand. And if I shuffle and deal a good hand, I'll get a good outcome. Is it manifesting, or is it just like part of the ego dissolution? What's this?
It could be all of it. Like I'm not going to propose that I know it all. I'm just offering myself a new option, right? Like, wow, do I really believe that? Like one of the things that I have heard a lot growing up, and you may have heard it as business owners as well, is like, you have to risk big to make big money. And I'm like, examining that lately, going, what if I don't have to risk anything? What if I am here and living and alive and attentive to my fellow beings, and I'm in my own moments, and I'm going to receive what I need if I'm willing to receive it. Am I willing to receive it? Like, where is risk? Risk is for the ego.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hard to
On
remember.
point.
I'm learning how to have a better memory for that. I don't
Mm.
have all the answers, but like I have a lot of games.
I love your games. Oh my gosh. Actually, girl, let's talk. I had this thing and I was like, oh, thank you. Yes, I will pass the message on to Linda. It came yesterday and I was like, oh yeah, that's Wendy. So I'm in this process and Wendy comes up a lot. If you guys don't know this, one of the things that this is how I met her is she has made these amazing books. And I think I have talked about it before, but if I have not, they're great books that are games, but it's like it's doing very gentle reprogramming and positive things and support through these. It's not it's like crossword puzzles and word searches, and I freaking am here for it. Especially when you're in a situation like mine where like the treatment I'm going through, they're just like, yeah, you need to do brain puzzles every day. And I was like, first, rule number one, set a reminder to do a brain puzzle. That's a thing. I was like, oh yeah, they did tell me that about a week or two ago. Have I done one? No. When I was studying one of my medical books, because I'm, doing that whole PhD, when I was reading one of them, I was like, I think I just read 20 pages and I don't understand anything. So that's not the same as a brain game. Anyhow, so I'm going through this, and I'm there's these books that I'm releasing that are these like just a whole bunch of different books on different subjects. And so I'm working on them regularly and having conversations with people that are going through and being like editing the what do I want to say? The
Manuscript?
journey that the reader's going through, because I kind of popped around when I was writing them. And so now it's like putting them together in a flow that makes sense. And so I have editors helping me. And you came up because I was like, we had this idea and they were like, you should do this and da 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 da. And I was like, no, but Wendy should.
Okay.
And that was a brilliant idea. So I'll share that with you. But anyways,
I'm excited.
yeah, I love that about life and how these things all happen together.
Mhm.
Anyhow, I am going to wrap us up. And I know that this was probably not the most high. It's very funny watching us today. Not high energetic, super everyone happy to be here. Everyone showed up super raw and just put it out there, and we let the conversation go slow, which is unusual for all this air and fire that we come with. And so I'm just saying, I really appreciate you guys showing up. I think this is a great conversation. And I think we will just continue these conversations about unpacking you before you start going down these other paths of your enlightenment, your personal growth. Like all of it is all of it is synergistic. And if anything, I hope that we are showing up as an example of the good, the bad, the ugly, and whatever other label you'd like to put on it. That we're like, yeah, no, you can take your label and eat it yourself. Goodbye.
Eat it.
Eat it. Yeah, I made up so many words this last week. I'll share them with you guys next time. Bye. Have a great day.